First at 4, sheriff's deputies at a local middle school are investigating a potential hit list, and you might be surprised at some of the people on that list. Ben?
Sandra, 70s today, wind chills in the 20s tomorrow, and I can promise you it won't look like this in the afternoon.
Hey guys, we are spending the last few hours with some of the guests of honor for your wait a minute, did I say 4? I meant guest of honors in your Thanksgiving dinner. These stories and much more happening right now on First at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
First at 4, a monster change in the weather is headed this way. If you look outside right now, you see sunshine, record heat, but the system that brought snow to Colorado and the Dakotas is now headed in our general direction. We shouldn't get much snow, but it is going to get much, much colder. Ben Bailey is standing by with the first forecast, and Ben, this kind of change is really hard to believe.
Yeah, I mean, we probably wouldn't blush at snow showers and 20-degree wind chills in November generally, but coming off of record high temperatures today, it is going to be a bitter pill to swallow. 72 is where we're sitting right now at Metro. 70s pretty much all over the board right now. The winds are noticeable. They're at 15 to 20 miles an hour, but when you've got 70-degree temperatures, that's easy to deal with. Tomorrow, not so much. We're going to get first rain and then some snow. And of course, that temperature change will be the biggest thing that we'll be watching. Here's the breakdown. Scattered showers, gusty winds tonight. Most of those showers are going to be overnight. Saturday, windy, and the snow showers are going to be moving in the second half of the day. That's when we'll see the wind chills in the 20s. We'll talk about how much snow we're expecting. And Sunday, drying out, but not getting any warmer. We'll see if we can get some of these temperatures back in the 7-day forecast coming up. Sandra?
All right, Ben, and don't forget, you can always get weather alerts 24/7 by signing up for the Click on Detroit app. Also today, first at 4, Macomb County deputies investigating a hit list found at a middle school in Washington Township. Devin Skillian is in the newsroom right now. And Devin, what do we know about this list?
Well, Sandra, we know it included the names of students, but also some celebrities and some politicians, and in fact, even some poets. The list was found on school computers at Powell Middle School. Deputies were called to the school around 10 o'clock this morning to meet with the school's principal and review these lists, which are believed to have been created by students at Powell. Still unclear if there was any real threat against students or staff at the school, but we do know right now the Macomb Area Computer Enforcement Team is now taking over and handling this investigation. Rod Maloney is at Powell Middle School working the story right now. He'll join us coming up later on here on Local 4 News at 5 with more on how the school has been responding to all of this. Back to you, Sandra.
All right. Thank you, Devin. The son of Detroit Congressman John Conyers has been found and he is safe, but we're not really getting any details on exactly what happened during the 2 days that Carl Conyers was missing. The University of Houston sophomore last seen on Tuesday. His mother, Monica Conyers, flew to Texas. Her son was found overnight. Police are not looking for any suspects in connection with the case. The congressman's office will only say John Conyers is glad his son is safe. 61 of Metro Detroit's top executives helped raise more than $300,000, all to help the homeless. The money was raised as part of the Covenant House's executive sleep out. That's where business leaders spent the night outside to raise money and try to bring attention to homelessness. Nationally, President-elect Donald Trump getting down to the business of making some big cabinet appointments. There has been really a flurry of activity in the past 24 hours. Let's go ahead and start with Trump's pick to lead the CIA. The transition team says it's Kansas Congressman Mike Pompeo. He's a conservative Republican who has been a fierce critic of President Obama's nuclear deal with Iran. Pompeo actually backed Senator Marco Rubio during the primary, but later joined a group of House Republicans supporting Trump. President-elect Trump turned to one of his most loyal supporters to be his attorney general. He has tapped Alabama Senator Jeff Sessions to lead the Justice Department. Sessions comes with some political baggage, though. While he was the first U.S. senator to endorse Trump, the Alabama Republican struggled with Senate confirmation back in 1986 when he was nominated for a federal judgeship. Back then, he was accused of making racist comments while serving as U.S. attorney in Alabama. Those previous accusations could be a point of contention during his confirmation hearing. And you might remember Mitt Romney's criticism of Trump during the election. It was pretty blistering. NBC now reporting the two will meet this weekend, possibly to talk about Romney serving as Secretary of State. Could Trump be assembling his own team of rivals? Attorney General nominee Jeff Sessions calls the meeting a positive step.
Well, I think it's good that the president-elect is meeting with people like Mr. Romney. He's meeting with a lot of talented people that are going to be he needs good relationships with. And I think Mr. Romney will be quite capable of doing a number of things. But he'll be one of those, I'm sure, that's reviewed. And Mr. Trump will make that decision.
Now, this flurry of appointments started overnight when Trump tapped retired Army General Michael Flynn as his national security advisor. Things could get ugly at Chicago's O'Hare Airport this Thanksgiving. Baggage handlers, cabin cleaners, janitors are all threatening to strike during the holiday week. They want higher wages and they want union rights. It's not clear how the strike would affect operations. The city says it does not expect any disruptions whatsoever. The holiday is, of course, one of the busiest weekends of the year. It is time now to talk turkey at turkey farms throughout Metro Detroit. Indeed, the next few days is not the best time to be invited to Thanksgiving dinner if your name is Tom or maybe Henrietta Turkey. But our Paula Tutman discovered a farm where there's a more gentle approach to raising the guest of honor for your dinner table. She's live in northern Macomb County, and I see a few friends behind you there, Paula.
Just a few, but only temporary friends. I need to say that. You know, the woman who owns this farm is actually a direct descendant of Jacques and Joseph A. Campo. They were the land barons, some of the original settlers in Detroit. But her branch of the family decided that obviously northern Macomb was the best place to raise a happy flock. It is a glorious warm November day. The sun is shining. The wind is gently pushing the wild grasses across these 40 acres in Lenox Township. It is a wonderful day to be alive, even if you're a turkey. Sometimes they bark. Sometimes they gobble. They chitter-chatter amongst themselves.
Turkeys are very social.
As intelligent, wildly curious birds with big personalities.
I'll sit out here and read. So if I come out and sit, they know they're safe and they'll come out and just chat around me.
They are happy as they graze the pastures at RC Organic Farms, where third-generation poultry farmer Jackie Good takes pride in each and every bird.
We actually make our own feed up. We do. My husband's an animal nutritionist and we formulate our own ration. They raise them on pasture, sunshine, and green grass is the way to a healthy animal, person, bird.
As they fatten up a little more to be the guest of honor. Not at the dinner table, but on it.
We feed them all of our garden scraps. They eat a lot of pumpkins, celery, and parsley, so it's pre-seasoning.
This is a small farm by design, leaving deliberately small footprints upon the planet. Certified organic, solar powered, the loving hands of a woman who loves her beasts and birds until the end. And then they are processed in a low stress, no fear way.
They go very peacefully. They're never chased down like they would be in the wild by a coyote or something. They never have a stress. So they're calm, calmly loaded. We listen to Christmas music all the way there.
For her turkeys, today is the best of times. It is the worst of times. For these turkeys, the best day of their lives is also the last. But listen, I can tell you this, they are willing to sing an ode to the turkey. Sandra, watch. Gobble, 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 gobble. Gobble, 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 gobble. They love to sing. You know what? We know what their destiny is. There's not a single turkey here right now who's going to get a presidential pardon. However, I can say this. The woman who raises them believes that a happy turkey, a healthier turkey, is a tastier turkey. And she certainly loves her turkey. Sandra?
Oh, you can tell she loves them so much. All right, thank you so much, Paula. Still ahead here first at 4, could shopping at home get any easier? Find out how you can score some Black Friday deals without even lifting a finger. We'll talk about that. Also in good health, 2 hot topics, bagged lettuce and food poisoning. New research could change how you make salads for your family. And sick employee etiquette, what your coworkers should be doing to try to protect your health. But up first, slapped by a police officer. We have new body cam video connected to this controversial incident, what it shows and why it's raising even more questions right now. Coming up next.
Children coming up all new on Local 4 News at 5 and 6.
A story that made international headlines has its conclusion here. A 14-year-old terminally ill girl goes to court in Britain to fight for her right to be cryogenically frozen and wins. And now she resides here in Clinton Township.
There is new video today in the case of a police officer caught on tape punching a woman in the face. A police officer in Flagstaff, Arizona is on paid leave after this video right here surfaced. Police say the officer was asked to help with an eviction. He saw a woman he believed had warrants out for her arrest. The officer says she resisted and kicked him. The new video from his body cam shows she continued struggling even after that punch.
You're going to get extra charges. Stop resisting.
I don't have a warrant. I don't have a warrant.
In good health today, a new warning for you if you buy those bagged salads, and they are popular. Researchers in the UK now say nutrients leach out of the leaves and combine with the moisture to create the perfect breeding ground for bacteria. In that study, bagged salad that was initially contaminated with 100 salmonella bacteria increased to 100,000 in just 5 days. Salmonella grew especially well in those bags containing spinach, while E. coli thrived in bags of arugula. To reduce your risk, you want to buy bagged salad on the day you plan to eat it. Always keep it in the refrigerator. You want to wash the leaves as well, even if it says that it's already been pre-washed. Lots of people go to work even when they're feeling maybe a little bit under the weather. Experts say proper sick etiquette calls for staying home if you have a fever or if you could be contagious. At work, always cough or sneeze right into your elbow. You never want to do it into your hands. Throw away your tissues immediately as well. Sick policies that encourage you to stay home, or even if you can work from home when you're sick, can help reduce the spread of illnesses on the job as well.
How did we get that many people to sneeze on cue?
Right into their elbows like this. You know what? I bet you a few people called in sick today to enjoy this. It's like the last hurrah today.
I think you're right, because tomorrow is going to be, man, just a huge difference. But we'll start with the good stuff first. It is still 73. Actually, our high was 73 at Metro, 74 at Monroe. In fact, high temperatures got to the 70s in all locations, except for right here, Port Huron, Mount Clemens. Well, you only got into the upper 60s, but still close enough. 72 is where we're at right now at Metro. The winds are noticeable. Tomorrow, these 20-mile-an-hour winds with gusts even higher are really going to make things feel raw as we head into the second half of the day. We're expecting temperatures in the 30s. You start adding those winds in, and you'll see these wind chills in our 4-zone forecast. Going to be quite a shock to the system for tomorrow. So here's what's going on the radar. We've got showers already into the southern end of the state, southwest corner over by Grand Rapids. These are going to slowly migrate over towards us. They'll sort of fall apart as they do. You can see that snow behind it generally is going to stay off to our north. But once we get into the nighttime hours tonight, could start seeing some showers as early as about 9 o'clock in our west zone. They fall apart pretty quickly. Everything is going to be liquid overnight, and then that cold front comes through right before dawn tomorrow. So 7 a.m. on Saturday. Behind that, we're going to wake up dry. Still going to see a lot of clouds, but the winds will be probably at their peak right about here. Could see those gusts over 30 miles an hour at times. And then in the afternoon hours, we get another push of moisture that's coming through. But with temperatures in the 30s, this is going to be all snow, and there will be some bands, especially here in our west and south zone. So there could be some minor amounts of accumulation, but that should be on grassy surfaces, on deck railings and things like that. Anything that does show up is going to be gone by midnight and will be dry on Sunday, but we are not going to be any warmer. So tonight, temperatures are going to be a little bit of a confusing forecast here. We're going to still be falling, and we'll wake up to temperatures that are about 45 degrees in the morning. Showers develop in the overnight hours. Those winds are going to be gusty through the day on Saturday. Temperatures continue to fall. In fact, after 12 o'clock noon, we're going to be in the 30s in the afternoon. So anything that does fall in the second half of the day will likely be snow. Not going to see much of a mix as we get into Saturday. Here's your 4-zone forecast looking at wind chills tomorrow. Man, 27 is how it's going to feel in Detroit. This is right in the heart of the afternoon, 3-4 o'clock. 27 in Southfield. Troy, it'll be 25 there. South Zone tomorrow, wind chills will generally be in the mid-20s across both Lenawee and Monroe counties. And that's where we think we'll see some of those bands of snow set up. Look at the West Zone. 22 is how it's going to feel in Howell. Brighton, you'll get a 23-degree wind chill tomorrow afternoon. And in our North Zone, very similar numbers, anywhere between 21 in Oxford and Nortonville to those numbers in the mid-20s in Sanilac County. So can we get those 70s back? No, not really. 7-day forecast shows they're gone for a while, and we'll see temperatures holding steady around average as we head towards Thanksgiving Day Thursday. Could be some showers as we head out to the parade on Thursday morning. Sandra?
All right. Thank you, Ben. Still ahead here at 4, Detroit's past and present meet during America's Thanksgiving parade. Find out how Shinola will bring back fond memories for many of us this year. But first, voice-activated holiday shopping, how Amazon is making it even easier to save some money. We'll be right back. But first, as we head to break, here's your look at how the markets have closed for the day. Black Friday deals are coming fast and furious. Right now, Amazon is taking things really to a whole new level. Starting today, you can order exclusive deals through its digital voice assistant, Alexa. You just say, Alexa, what are your deals? She'll tell you, and you can place your order. One of the deals, by the way, this weekend includes a 32-inch Samsung LED TV for $119. Not a bad deal. Well, the 90th America's Thanksgiving Parade is now only a few days away, and this year it's going to feature one of the longest floats in parade history. Our Guy Gordon has a preview that mixes Detroit's past and present.
The men and women in our factories are the people who are the heartbeat of Shinola.
So instead, the watchmaker will bring back a landmark. Hudson's presented a giant American flag on its legendary department store every Flag Day, and now Shinola will do the same with a 30 by 60 foot rendition of Old Glory on Thanksgiving.
It hasn't been in the parade since 2001 when we came together after 9/11 as a country and really we're at a patriotic apex. And we think now's a great time to come together again.
It will still take 3 teams of 50 to carry the Stars and Stripes along that 3-mile route, being hyper cautious to follow proper flag etiquette.
You've got a lot of people who are trying to work both upper and lower, keeping that tension and, like you said, not pulling it out of the hands of their neighbor. So it's teamwork, it's working together.
Oh my God, look at this. That is the best use of Lear seats I've ever seen.
Lear CEO Matt Simoncini has added a third link in the longest chain of floats in the parade, part of a friendly feud he has with Sandy Pierce at Huntington Bank.
Next year we're gonna have to go bigger still. I'm thinking maybe 2 levels.
It will follow Lear's Connecting Detroit to the World float and the company's new Downtown Innovation Center on wheels.
We've got the students down there. It's a great spot to be and it's a great spot to innovate because the creative spirit is back in the city of Detroit.
24 young voices from Detroit's Academy of Arts and Sciences will sing a Detroit-specific version of Happy Together and Downtown, while belted safely into state-of-the-art Lear seats.
The best part of this on Thanksgiving Day, you've had a little turkey, feeling a little full, you can do the Barco Lounger thing.
Well, you just got our new autonomous driving seat where you can lay back after Thanksgiving dinner and the car will drive you home.
That will be the 4th link of the float next year. From the Parade Company, I'm Guy Gordon, Local 4.
Sounds good to me. All right. Thank you, Guy. Don't forget, tonight, by the way, is the Hobnoble Gobble. You're looking at a live picture right now from Ford Field. We hope you'll tune in for our special coverage of the big event. It starts tonight at 8. So when you talk about the first snow with most of us adults, you might hear a few moans, a few groans, right, Ben? Yeah. But sometimes snow brings pure joy, and this video will probably put a smile on your face. It's coming up next.
13, pregnant and living on Detroit streets.
I didn't respect myself. I didn't love myself. Could never imagine myself past 30.
But Nicole's never give up attitude helped her go from rags.
And that was the day that changed my life.
To riches. Now see how she's harnessing her painful past to motivate herself and others to find success that once seemed impossible. Tonight on Local Forward 11.
Finally, today, first at 4, if maybe you're feeling a little jaded about snow and winter weather, you got to see this video.
Check this out. Look at how excited this four-legged guy is as the snowflakes begin falling in Colorado. That's Loki. He's an Australian cattle dog going insane trying to eat those snowflakes.
He is so happy. He just goes nuts here. Dogs and kids, you know, they love the snow, I guess, when you don't have to drive in it, right? Or shovel it.
Loki, you're going to get a lot more before the year's done.
All right, Loki. Thank you so much for joining us today, first at 4. We'll see you at 5.